Hi everybody, it's Diane. Doing something a little different today. I think we all need a break from the collage book, and I've got a lot of journals sitting in my shop. I don't want to make more of those. So here we are. So it just dawned on me, I have some scrapbook papers here. Some have been cut into, but some have never been used. It's like, okay, Diane, use them. Do something with them. And I'm thinking of note cards. We'll see as we progress. But I was just going to show some stuff here, and then I'm going to pause and cut. This is one of those German scrap things. And, you know, these are so cute. And you can see I've used a couple. But I've got all these sitting here I'm not using. So I want to try to use, you know, something out of that. I did cut a little bit. I don't know if I'll use these or not, but, you know, maybe for just the background or something. I've got this. This. Some of these, I am just, as long as I'm cutting, like I'm just going to cut that apart and save it for a journaling card for future use. Same with this. I'm just going to cut some of these apart to use in other projects. But like this one, I've yet to cut one thing out of this. Or this. Or this. And, you know, and that. And that. So, okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to cut some apart, see what I want to do, you know, use, and then I will come back. Okay, stuff is cut out, as you can see. I have cards, as you can see. These are just, it's printer paper that's 67 pounds. And it's a little just borderline lightweight. But it's heavier than the cardstock I was buying. So, and it's a lot cheaper. I used to always buy cardstock from, you know, a scrapbook company or Hobby Lobby, that type of thing. And it was getting ridiculously, to me, expensive. So I was sort of rooting around, what else could I use? So heavier printer paper is fine for me. And these larger ones are just cut in half and folded in half. And I have two smaller ones here for the little bird things I chose. Okay. I've got a bunch of plain cardstock. I've got cut-offs from what I cut. I've got all kinds of scrapbook paper near me. So what Diane does now is just root around, you know, to make a pleasing card. And I don't know how interesting that's going to be. Should probably speed it up or something, right? Since these obviously are littler, more like a gift card, or, you know, so you didn't have much to say, you wrote a little note. I have a good red in this stuff. Red's kind of, either it's not a good red, or Diane uses it up right away. I don't see red in here. What about this one? See, this is not, this is more like an orange red. This one's better. The lighting makes it look better. And usually too, when I make cards, or I suppose anything, I don't really have a big plan. I don't measure stuff out, generally speaking. I just cut or tear. And I used to, that's kind of how I got into this scrapbooking world. Oh, let's see if I match this. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright, we'll do two at once. If you watched my closed caption video, I show some playing cards I have. And I used to collect those. Well, I still do. Not as actively, though, as I once did. But, yeah, I can't talk and do this at the same time, I guess. It's also kind of early in the morning. I had to stop last night. good. Oh, to get totally off what I was saying, I often do put ribbons, run ribbons across and stuff on these too, so we'll see. But anyway, to get back to what I was saying. So when you buy playing cards, just the singles, often you do get like two of the same, or, a group of, 5 or whatever it is. And, sooner or later you're going to get some that are duplicates or you don't particularly like. So I would have some that I didn't really want to save. So I started making them into greeting cards, having the playing card be the focal image. And so at some point you kind of run out of, playing cards to use too, right? So somehow, I think I was looking more for, I used to have, well, I still have some. Any art people out there know it's either Colorama or Color Aid paper. I assume they still make it, I don't know. But they're art papers that they're solid colors, and they're made for color classes and that kind of thing, like in college or high school, I guess too. But they're really expensive. And anyway, I had a pack to use for this kind of thing, this background kind of thing. Yeah, this story's getting really involved, isn't it? But anyway, that's kind of cool. I, start running out of colors that I could use, so I wanted to get another pack of that. But like I said, it was so expensive. I didn't want to spend the money. And somehow that led me to cardstock colors, which led me to scrapbook paper. And I was like, wow, how long has this been going on? All these great papers and designs, and it wasn't that expensive. And so one thing led to another, and here we are. This could use like a dark washi. And this video is going to be like 4 hours long. I think I'm just going to have to do a few and then pop off by myself. We don't really want a little paper snip on there. Well, that would be kind of cute there too. And what I often do on this type of thing is sort of what I'm doing, and then set it aside to glue them all at once. And sometimes I'll stamp, hello or hi or something on them. Okay, that's okay. And I think maybe like on this one I would either put ribbon and a bow at the top or stamp hello or something. So I think those could practically be done. Normally I put, I would add flowers or something, but these are small. They don't need it. So okay, they can get set aside. Where in this tiny little space, I don't know. All right, let's start another one, and then maybe I'll pause here and look a little bit by myself off camera and come back. I'm not sure. These two were cut from different papers, but I kind of thought, do they go? Or is this too much? Is it taking away from the birds? And do we need a different background? I mean, it's okay. I could live with it. But I don't know. I just thought it was just a bit, yeah. See, to me, that's better. Something like that is a lot better. And that, of course, is a matter of opinion. Could almost do this one this way too, couldn't we? That's probably smarter. Except this end is crooked. And my paper trimmer is not near me because I don't have space. So if I get disgusted enough, that's pretty good. I'll have to stop and go get that too. Alright, do we want it kind of up or more in the middle? I think that, and then we need something though behind. This is too small, but yeah, we're back to, I don't think I want real busy for this one. Just plain cardstock though is too plain. See how involved and complicated this all gets? That's sort of interesting. I don't know. All right, I think that's making it too nothing-ish. Yeah, see, something like that is better. And I guess that's fine because there's gold, that gold color there. All right, well, if that was like that, and I think I will wait to use my paper trimmer for that. That definitely needs flowers or something. Okay, we'll wait though until that's all down. All right, I'll grab one more. That didn't take too long. Well, let's see, this one, I don't know if this is too big. Oh, it fits, okay. And I thought of stamping on this one, you know, hello or whatever. But this looks kind of it on white. It definitely needs something. I think we need something a little color. As a matter of fact, this is the same artist. How funny is that? Nah, that's too busy. Yeah, that looks fine, but I don't think I really want to send a black card. And yeah, I don't know. You know, Diane, why are you making these? No, this is part of that paper I just had. I hardly send cards out anymore. I just don't. That's okay. Alright, well, I'll do that too. I think I'll glue that down and then take it from there. Alright, well, I'll do another one because that didn't take too long. Now this one, I swear, I think I had this paper before and I used the same thing and I covered this over because that's just not something I'm going to write on a card to somebody. I don't know if that's intended more for scrapbooking, I guess. You know, a strip or another flower, washi. Not that though. But we definitely need something behind there. What about that leaf paper? Is that too busy? Because now I can't find it. Here it is. It'd be okay. I think it's too busy. What's this? Nah, actually that should be a journal cover, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. Like I said, I guess I said in the beginning. Oh, that's pretty. I've got so many journals sitting in my shop. I can't make any more right now. But yes, I should save that for a journal. Well, I don't know that one. Let's even pretend that was covered. Does it need, you know, like leaves or something, I think, with it? Yeah. Okay, I'll pause for a little bit. You guys, you know, you get the idea what I'm doing, right? And I will find background stuff for all of these and possibly glue. And then we'll come back and work on accessories, I guess. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. It is the next day. I kind of don't remember where I left off. But anyway, they're mostly done with the exception of ribbons and trim. So I was going to do that with you. But let's go through, it's kind of hard the way I make cards or, well, anything really, I guess. But it's a lot of, hunting for the perfect thing. And most of that stuff is off camera, so you'd be bored. I can't really drag it over here so much. It's a small space. So I did most of it off. Besides, I had dogs playing and running around and making noise. So anyway, here we are. Okay, this one. I did add a couple little color snippets. Now, if you remember, the flowers were not outlined. The whole envelope was not outlined. This and those leaves were not there. I added them. I just thought, I'm not trying to step on any artist's toes or anything, but that's just the way I wanted it. The hello I stamped with rubber stamp. Okay. This one I found letters to write hello, and I did border a little stitch line there. I spared you that. That's very boring and tedious. Found a butterfly. This is the one that had, I forget what it was, I love you, something about love across. So I put hello there. This one I found a thinking of you and a couple flowers. This one, some washi, some flowers. This hello, the little indicator thing was actually on the bottom. And that wasn't going to work for the giraffe there. So I just cut it off and just didn't have one at all, which was fine. But there was some, extra space around there. So I thought about notching a new one, and that worked out pretty well. So that's that. This one I found a thinking of you and a bird, since there's a bird nest up there. And I did the faux stitching. This one had sun and surf written down there, which I did not need for my note card. So I pieced over that. This is probably the most complex one in the group. This is washi. This had been on another, maybe about here-ish card I was going to use just as its own image. But when I was really looking at it, once I pulled it up, I was thinking, well, the background was just nothing. It was just this beige color. And I just thought it was too boring. So I thought, well, I'll fussy cut it and make it into an accent. So I put it on here. That scrapbook paper under there, and then I did paint. And that matches pretty well. It almost looks like this is more a pattern, on it, not on paper. A little cheesecloth. And then this was part of this paper, I think. It's like a little lace thing. And I went to all the trouble to fussy cut the scallop, which I'm glad I did. But yeah, how much of it is showing? This one is pretty plain, yes. It's a little fabric. It's a part of an old book. This one is very plain. That's scrapbook paper and, part of a book. This one, and then the two little ones. I did put a faux stitch up there. So, like I said, we're up to ribbons, trims, maybe another image or something. I kind of doubt it, but never say never. Well, I think yellow. Orange is going to make it look like a Halloween card or something, don't you think? Well, that matches very well, but I don't know if this is just too much stripe stuff going on then. We just had more like a bow. Yeah, I know. This lighting, I gotta do something about that. But I don't know what. Like I consulted a photographer friend, and he said I should have a light coming over here. And as you can tell by that, I have no room. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, what about a line? Oh, I need my little scissors. And then a bow on top of it. And in case you've missed the other card videos I've made, I Unless I know I'm going to hand off a card in person, I don't bulk them up so they can just go through the regular mail. Especially now, I think there is a rate that it does not include tracking, but it's more expensive than just 55 cents because your thing is bulky. But the whatever it is, over so many ounces, that bumps it up into the next bracket, that went up. It was $3.80. It is now $4.20. So yeah, which besides just the fact that it's more money, out of everybody's pocket when they have to mail something like that. Us Etsy sellers, I used to have $4 on stuff. That was in that category. I guess that's okay. Now I put it up to $4.25, and that doesn't include the envelope, the bubble wrap, the tape, the gas to get there, the time to stand in lines. Okay, and nobody came here to listen to me crab about the postal rates, right? Oh, this one. I did add this strip here because I probably should have gotten the image down more and concealed like this corner, but I didn't. So it looked a little awkward. I don't like that. What about red? Well, I think a bow somewhere. I can't. Another line of something is certainly not necessary, and I don't even think it's going to fit. And if you think I'm making a bow all wrong, just, overlook that. That's the way I do it. Well, I'll go with that by myself. We'll put that somewhere. This one, it is sort of boring. The bird doesn't stand out a lot, etc. But it is just a note card. I mean, there is no rules on how elaborate it has to be, so there. Well, I kind of like that. Okay, put that across the top. And actually, it's a little funny. This, hello there, it was on the bottom edge border, of a scrapbook paper that I was going to use the other side of it that said hello or something. But I had to cut up into get that out, and I did that, and then it fell and was on its face there, and this was on the bottom. I went, oh, I like that a lot better. So it's a good thing it fell, or I never would have found that. Well, I would have found it when I went to glue it, right? Admit it, Diane, you would have found it. What about a bow? Like, yeah, okay. And actually, that's why the O is a little bit on the edge there. It was the edge of the, paper. But I thought that was okay. I mean, you could certainly still read it. Okay, next. I haven't ruled out machine stitching. So, I think I'll do that for this one. But do we want ribbon too? No, I think I can just machine stitch, which I can't say first thing in the morning. Yeah, I think that's fine. What brown would look like. Do I have brown? Oh, I do. Yeah, the last time, actually, my husband went to Hobby Lobby for me. I had a list of ribbons. Look for, hot pink and this and that. And he came back and said, they didn't have any ribbon that, the kind you usually buy. I was really surprised. Like, nuts. Alright, I may revisit that one once the ribbon is on. I'm not sure if that's done. That one, I don't know if it really even needs anything. It's pretty full. What about a bow up in there? I kind of thought of putting a stamp because of the space, but I wouldn't want to cut off the top of the flowers, so it would have to be really little, or I'd put it up. But since the cheesecloth is there now and stuff, I just decided to nix that. But feel free to put a stamp on yours. Okay, something like that. We'll see when we get there. This one, it really could pretty much be done. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Alright, that's good enough for that. And if all these fall and the ribbons scatter everywhere, I'm going to be very upset. This one could be done too. I don't know, what do you think? I think that one I'm not going to push my luck. I think that's fine. Okay. Now our giraffe. Well, that could be done too, really. Well, I just saw this is not quite. Okay, I'm going to hit that with a little gesso so it covers up that edge. I don't know, I kind of think any kind of ribbon across or anything is going to throw it off, and I don't see that we really need a bow. You could put a bow in there. Well, okay. Yeah, see, I'm almost out of this. I don't know how they couldn't have this kind of ribbon. Isn't that like a staple? I bet Joanne would have it, right? And am I wrong? Didn't years ago they'd have these on sale, like 3 for $1 or something? Diane, get off your soapbox. Well, that's okay. Is it too dark? Good question. Or what if it just went up to this? Okay. Okay. That one, I'm not totally sure if it's done, but we'll see once it's glued. Yeah, okay. I'm balancing these cards on top of my sewing machine, you know, where the spool is and everything, so it's not even a flat surface. Just start a new channel. Adventures in crafting in a small room. Well, same thing. Is that too dark? Well, what about the one I just put away? It's lighter. Oh, that's washi tape. I don't think I explained that. The stripes. Could go a little orange too. Well, I kind of like that. Okay, now what? Okay. I like that. Is it done though? I mean, you know, basically there's two things there, the butterfly and the flower. Alright, we'll think about this one too. I'm not sure, and I think I'm going to put this over here because I'm not trusting that sewing machine top. It could be done. I don't have... I don't know, because of the border, I don't know if you really want a ribbon. I mean, that's okay. I mean, you could. It adds. Well, keep going back to this teal color. Teal and yellow, that's all I've used on these cards. No, I don't like that. No, it's too dark. Let me just wait a minute. Excuse me with that one and see if maybe more of a trim would work instead of a ribbon. This one, I thought maybe just a bow here, and I do have a blue. Is that what we want? This is a little bit of a whiter. Well, I don't know. What I want is this color, and I don't really have that. I imagine this is too garish. Let's see. Actually, it's not terrible. I'm not going to do it, but it's better than I thought. Well, what about a little bit of more of a sky blue kind of color? Come here. Oh, yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Okay, well that's it. Alright, I'm going to pause again. I'm going to glue all these ribbons, rethink the ones that need more thinking. So on that, I guess it's just one. Yeah, set up my machine. I can't keep it plugged in back here. So I have to set it up and everything so I can sew on one card. And probably change the thread too. Oh, Diane. The trials and tribulations, right? Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. They're done. I even did envelopes. These first two, I actually made envelopes. I don't have little ones. I did once upon a time, but I don't anymore. So I just made an envelope out of a heavier weight printer paper. And it's just glued up the, folded over, glued up the sides. How simple is that? So there's that. And I did add a little stitching, and I drew in a little weedy, leafy things there and there. I just thought it was too nothingness up above there. And most of the envelopes you will see are very plain. I don't overly, decorate. Just add a little something. This one, I don't remember. I added that at some point during this session here. All right, now this one, where's the envelope? For anybody going, yawn, I like it. I think it's nice. I mean, these are note cards. They're not, I want them to look nice and pleasing and all that. But it's not necessarily something somebody's going to frame and put up on a wall. It's got zigzag stitching right there. But I like that one. This one, I don't remember if I did any. Oh, I added a line down here. It's because there's like hand-drawn lines there. This one, I did do another row of stitching on the inside there on the mat. I just thought it needed a little extra oomph there. This one, I think is pretty much how I left it. I did touch up, you could see this color just right up there. So I touched it up with gesso and it looks a lot better. This one, I was just going to put the black, and I did. And there's a bit, I don't think it is an optical illusion. I think, yeah, this ribbon is a little higher than this ribbon. And apparently it's because the paper, I didn't get it exactly straight across. So it looked off to me. I don't know if you can tell that. So to somewhat hopefully camouflage that, I put the little pink ribbon there. And I didn't realize how many of these cards have pink on them. A lot do. This one's kind of plain, but I like it. I did have the brown go over. My intent was to have it end at the pink. But doing that, I don't know if you can imagine, it sort of was giving emphasis more to this area, but there's nothing there. So with dragging the ribbon over a little bit, it kind of took away from that. Just say yes. This one, I don't think I did anything to that you didn't already see. This one, I don't think I did anything different to it. I don't know. You tell me. This one, I did add the orange rickrack on here. I did think this was a bit of a bore, and it kind of still is. Really, it could use some faux stitching around, or maybe here. You know, a different color ribbon going across here would be kind of pretty. But I just felt like I was done tinkering with it. You know what I mean? That's ever happened to you? It's fine. I like it. I just decided to leave well enough alone. If you wanted to really get into it, you know, maybe take these circle elements or something in a marker around, you know, whatever. But for me, at this point, I think this is fine. And this one, I think, is the same. This one didn't even get any ribbon. Okay. Well, there they are. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 plus 2 like gift enclosures. So that's a lot of cards. That's why it took so long. But anyway, I used up some stuff. I'm glad. Now I have a bunch of note cards, you know, ready, set to go. So thanks for joining me through this, and I hope you have a nice day out there.